So, there once lived a princess in ancient times who lived in a kingdom. People wore silver hats. Yes, silver hats. Everybody wore silver hats except the princess. And everybody saw her and they were like, why doesn't the princess wear a silver hat? For the princess could not have a silver hat fit her head. She had moose antlers that no one else could see. For they were invisible to everybody but her and an old woman who lived in the woods that turned out to be a great witch. So the princess would walk around every day. People would see the princess and they'd be like, well, the princess, she's very nice. You know, I agree with her philosophy on life and everything like that, but you know what? She doesn't wear a silver helmet like we do. Can we truly trust the princess? And the princess knew this, for she could read minds. And the princess always struggled with this. Because every time she passed by people, she would hear what they were saying in their minds. And she would hear things all day like, why doesn't the princess wear a silver helmet like we do? Why is the princess wearing her hair like she wears her hair? How come she could wear her hair out in public and we have to wear these silver helmets that cover our hair? She would hear this all the time. Every time she left the palace. So finally she just couldn't deal with these people anymore that wore these silver helmets. And she decided to take a walk. And she walked out of the palace. She walked through the city. And she got to the city gate. And the two guards protecting the city gate said to her, Princess, you are not allowed to leave the city gate. You know that, for you are the princess. If something to happen to you, that made no sense. If something was to happen to you, you know, who would be the next queen? And who could we marry off to the next suitable man to be the king, since you are the only daughter of the king and queen right now? So your life is very precious. You cannot leave the city gate. You are by yourself. One of us shall go with you. And she was like, oh no, you will not go with me, for I am leaving the city gate to leave the silver helmets, because the silver helmets cause me to think too much. Right now, I don't want to think at all. I don't know why she just got a Spanish accent. I do that too much. So the guard said, no, we must insist. You cannot leave the city gate, dear princess. And she said, you don't understand me with my Jedi powers. Sorry, George Lucas. And she just went, whoosh, and with her hands, the guards got blasted with air, because she was an airbender. Sorry, Avatar Last Airbender people. And like she went whoosh to one guard and whoosh to the next guard, and both guards fell to the floor and they were like, oh, unconscious. And she was like, that's what you get for messing with Jedi Airbender, who could also read minds. Yes. So she opens the city gates, and she walks, and she walks, and she walks. And she is surrounded by the woods for the first time. And she said, I love the forest. These woods are so amazing. how come I've never seen these forests and these trees before? They're absolutely phenomenal. And when I'm around them, I have no thought. And I do not feel like anyone's judging me for not wearing a helmet. This is beautiful. And then, in the distance, she saw a hut with smoke coming out of the chimney of the hut. She said, so interesting. I wonder who lives in that hut. So she approached the door. And as the princess approached the door, a rabbit jumped up in front of her. And it was the first time she's ever seen a rabbit. The rabbit was gray, like a kashi rabbit. So she looked at the rabbit. And she said, he's so beautiful. I love rabbits. I don't know why she knew the name. Let's say she had a dictionary, I don't know. Back in her palace, where she knows all names of animals. So, the rabbit talked to her. He said, hello. His story is getting worse and worse. So the rabbit talked to her. He said, princess, why are you approaching this hut? Don't you think it's scary? The princess said, no, I want to investigate. I'm very curious, princess. So the rabbit said, very well, I must take off and go somewhere else. I don't want to be around for what the monstrosity is about to happen with you and the witch woman. So, so the princess said, there's a witch in this hut? And the rabbit said, of course there's a witch in this hut. Everyone knows this. Where are you, from the palace? She said, yes, I am from the palace. How do you know? And the rabbit said, I can tell, you're not wearing a helmet. End of story. To be continued. Bye.